Hello? See, I'm not actually on a phone right now. I'm actually just using a pinky mic. And so this is actually a really cool little device that you can get. And I would recommend it. I'm just kidding. This is so stupid. Today we're actually going to talk about Instagram, specifically home inspectors on Instagram and all the stupid stuff that a lot of people are doing that they need to stop doing, and maybe some things that y'all should start doing as well. So let's dive in. So real quick before we get started, here's what to expect from this video. I'm going to start off with the 6 things that I look for that I can immediately tell, hey, this person is either crushing it or they're totally eating dirt in a bad way. Then we're going to transition into kind of looking more at specific metrics that you should be looking for, like hardcore numbers, and then we'll kind of talk about how can we make those numbers better. So we follow a crap ton of home inspectors. I think right now we're following like 3,500 or something ridiculous. We follow a lot of y'all out there. So we've seen a lot of good accounts, we've seen a lot of bad ones. And within seconds, I can get a pretty damn good idea of how someone is doing on Instagram. So yeah, let's dive into these 6 little things that you need to be doing or not be doing. So first of all, you need to be following at least a few hundred accounts. You got to remember here that you're not a middle school kid that's competing for popularity and like, oh, I don't even follow anyone and I have all these people following me. Like, who gives a crap? Half the value that you're getting from Instagram is, yes, the people seeing your stuff, but the other half is staying engaged with, hey, what are real estate agents talking about? What do they want? What do they need? And staying in front of them by liking their stuff, commenting on their stuff. And think about it from their perspective, the little bit of dopamine that they associate with your brand every time you like one of their videos or one of their pictures and you pop up in a little notification thing, that gets tucked away in their subconscious, like, oh, I like this inspection company. They support me and I want to support them. So yeah, if you're only following like 100 accounts, then honestly, you're botching it. The second thing we look for is a Reels tab. The fact of the matter is Reels get so much more engagement than Stills, especially when it comes to inspection content. There's so many great opportunities, which obviously we're biased here to an extent, but you really do see that the most successful accounts out there are the ones that are utilizing Reels. It's where you're going to reach new audiences. It's where you're going to engage your current audience. It's where you're going to really just deliver value in a way that you can't do through a still. The other thing you need to do, and honestly, we're guilty of not really doing this ourselves, but you need to have a story highlights. And that's the little thing that's below your bio, but above your grid. And it's these little like circle icons. And it's basically where you can save your stories to stay on your profile so that people can view it down the road. This is definitely one of the smaller things, but it's that kind of commitment to embracing every random little feature on Instagram that's gonna lead to you ultimately finding big success here. Number 4, and this is honestly one of the worst possible things you can be doing, is when we open up your profile and it's just a grid full of stock photos.
Act like you know how this goes.
Yeah, it's so much easier to just outsource that to some company who digs up a stock photo and shares it with a basic caption. But you're completely missing the point of what Instagram is about. It's about sharing your brand, engaging with your audience in an authentic, personal way. And you're not doing that if you're just throwing up these stock photos that are completely lifeless. And of course, I do sound a little bit like a hypocrite here because we actually do offer a very similar thing to this where we create content and rebrand it for your company and share it. But we did that with the mindset of, hey, let's make this actually entertaining, engaging content, which if you're finding stock stuff that really is that way, then great. But if it's something that you open up and it just feels sterile and lifeless, then don't waste your time with it. Sorry, my baby's crying right now. I don't know if you can hear that. He's supposed to be taking a nap and he's decided not to. All right, and the 5th thing, this one is super easy and it really is a game changer, is we want to see some pinned posts. So we have a couple pinned posts on ours, and these are posts that basically you pin them and it keeps them up at the top of your grid. So when people visit your profile, it's like the first videos they see. So you're gonna wanna do this with like your best, most exciting videos. So if you have like an explainer video that maybe you created as a cornerstone video for your website, share that on Instagram and pin it. So now when people go to your profile, they get a nice introduction to your brand, what you offer, all of that stuff. And it gives people a reason to follow you as opposed to maybe they click on when you just happen to post one of the more slightly filler posts. And you don't want that to be someone's first impression of the value that you're delivering. So go ahead and pin some of those high value posts that will encourage people to actually follow you when they're checking out your page. And finally, you should have a link in bio.
Like it like, do it like that, kiss it like that.
A link in bio, by the way, is like, or a link tree. There's a lot of different, basically it's a little link that you click, opens it up, and it has links to a bunch of other things besides just your website. So a lot of companies will just have their website on there, and that's great. That's better than nothing. But you should have a whole arsenal of other things that you're offering, and maybe even other social medias. Like maybe you're posting full-length videos on YouTube. Well, that should be in a link in bio so that people that want more from you are able to go follow that. And it's a great way to kind of cross-pollinate your platforms. But also, like, we use it for giving away freebies. So we have a whole section on there. I don't know, it's called like freebies or free resources or something. And it's basically links to where people can go opt in to free resources. We get to capture a lead in the process of someone that's interested in what we're offering. And in return, they get an awesome free little resource. And so for one thing, you're capturing the lead, but also you're just delivering value, which is such an overused term in business, like, oh, deliver value. But really on social media, if you're not delivering value, people have no incentive to follow you. You gotta be giving them something they want. And having a value-packed link in bio is a great, super easy way to do that. And you're probably already doing a lot of those things. It's just not easily accessible from Instagram. So make it accessible from Instagram. Okay, and I just realized that I talked about that stuff for a while, and I feel like this is gonna be a super long video if I go diving into the metrics right now. So we're gonna push that off in a part 2. So I don't know, I'll post that like tomorrow or something. So if you're a number nerd, then stick around and we can get real scientific with it. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow with that. Peace.